guys?
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's a long haul. We start in September all the way up until the second week in January when we kick things off, and sometimes that can be a little crazy for those guys and the anxiety and the stress going into it. But I think we performed really well. We had 7 provisional marks for the national meet. We had 2 school records. We tied an all-time GNAC record in the weight throw. So all in all, I mean, huge weekend for us. As we got things kicked off. So Carlos, I'll start with him just because his was a little more interesting, I guess. That sounds bad, but Carlos already had the school record, so he had run 695, I think it was. Last year he redshirted and ran 694 as a redshirt, so we knew he was in the possibility of breaking it again. And then opened the year at 694 in the prelim, and then in the final went 690. And so to do that first weekend out puts him in a really good spot. Emma Hill, the reason I went to Carlos is just because Emma, breaks our school record, but probably wasn't as happy with that mark as some would think. Her PR is 12:15 in the triple, and she went 11:52 or 55 or something like that. So it was great to get the school record, but I know she's chomping at the bit to really hit a huge mark and see where that lands her. I mean, Adam Brown comes out, and there was a handful of GNAC guys, the top GNAC guys at race, and for Adam to come out and be the #1 time in the conference right now after essentially I would say the first major weekend is a huge stepping stone for him. He had a great season last year as an incoming for a true freshman, broke our school record last year as a true freshman. So I mean, this was just a great launching point for him. True freshman Noah Wallace, who's just getting things kicked off, runs 153 and change, just missed a provisional mark, #1 in the conference. I think that put him #8 all time. Was very, in my eyes, very impressive. Maybe it's because I coach him on a day-to-day basis, but it was pretty impressive. So we're looking for obviously big things from him over the next few weeks. Starting on the women's side, I mean, they definitely, I think, hit it a little bit more. Christina McDonald, comes out, ties literally down to the centimeter, ties the GNAC all-time record in the weight throw. So, I think that was just, again, the great launching point for the rest of the season. I think that, we're assuming that record's going to get broke and smashed, essentially. Melissa Osmond comes out, I believe, #2 all-time now, right behind, former Mackenzie Warren. And so, throws 49.4. It was, I think, a 3-inch PR for her. Again, another one where I think she's thinking, big throws are coming. And so, to get that the first weekend out was really good. On the men's side, Jacob Chamberlain had a huge meet. Big PR in the shot put and a big PR in the weight throw. So I mean, puts him in a great position. Josh Cook is now the conference leader in the shot put. I think he threw 54.10. And so, to be able to do that again, first weekend out, I mean, I keep saying the same thing, but to get the success that we got out of the first weekend with, I think, 3 or 4 more meets to go, I think really puts us in a good spot. Yeah, I mean, to me, this weekend is twofold. One, we get as many people as we can on a bus. We'll pack probably close to 50 people, including coaches, onto that bus and head over there. And so that's an 8-hour bus ride over. It's a great chance to start bonding a little bit, getting to know each other a little bit more than sometimes we're able to do on a day-to-day basis. So that's a huge piece, just kind of that experience. And then the second part for me is just that's where the conference championships is being held. And so, to be able to get in those rings and get on the runways and get around the track that, is where we're going to be in 3 or 4 weeks from now, I think is a huge component of setting us up for success at the conference championship. And then obviously from there, it's just another great opportunity to compete. I mean, that track is super fast. It's great runways. It's great rings. I mean, it'll be another great chance to get some awesome marks.